Good morning, love muffins, Mama Bear. It's morning time, so let's have some coffee and some green. Ooh, ooh. Mama Bear is here to send out some love to you. Today, I want to talk about. I'm just sitting here and meditating and contemplating before my day starts. And the thing I keep coming back to with this pandemic, with this Corona, Rona, COVID-19, we haven't seen our daughter Cassie in over a year because she won't come home because it's not safe to travel. It's not safe to go from one parent to the other and back. So we choose to keep each other safe, even if it means we miss each other more than words could ever express. So this morning I'm sitting here and I'm staring at this quote that I wrote to myself a long time ago on the wall. And in our family, before there was Izzy, we called ourselves the Holy Trio. And that just meant the three of us stood firm for God. And on my sign I wrote, the Holy Trio knows no distance of pure hearts. And the reason I want to chat about this morning is because I think that the world has forgotten this. I think that we have forgotten that just because the person's not in front of you, just because the person isn't in earshot or eye shot, doesn't mean their love for you has changed, doesn't mean that anything has changed. And so when you can remember that we all have a pure heart in the center, the Jesus sacred heart, and that we're all doing the absolute best we can for ourselves and our families and our friends and our communities. And we just have to focus on the pureness right now of each other's hearts and trust that we have pure motives, even if they're selfish or appear selfish, even if they bring pain and suffering, even if they are completely outside of your realm of thinking. Hi, baby G. Good morning. Good morning, sweet puppy. And so when we can hold on to that and remember to meet each other at the mercy seat, remember to meet each other where God is sitting right in his lap, like the two children sitting on a father's lap. If we could just meet there time and time and endless time again, whether that be the person that forgot your pizza sauce or the person that didn't refill your coffee when you went out to breakfast, or the person who hit you and took off a hit and run, or the person who caused you more pain and grief and suffering than you want to explain or express. If you can hold on to the fact that we are all learning and growing together and meet each other at the mercy seat, just the way God explains, God calls us to love each other unconditional, love one another as you love yourself, the pureness of yourself, the holiness of yourself. If you can learn to love that, if you can learn to cherish that inside of your own soul, your own being, your own heart, your own head, even when logic doesn't seem to make sense and line up, if you can just hang on to the pureness and meet me at the mercy seat, man, the difference we would start to see just in the world, just one by one. Say a prayer for me today with me. yesterday or the day before, maybe. I apologize for the morning, not 100% on point with my facts, but in the last 2 days, it was the 1-year anniversary of Breonna Taylor. So this is Mama Bear saying her name because her mama is just like Mama Bear. She just wanted her daughter to make it home safe, and her daughter did. And it's tragic to know that pain happened and that suffering happened, because as a mama, I can't even fathom the grief. I can't even wrap my mind around the feeling of emptiness or loss that she must be feeling. And so today I say her name as a mom because she asked us to. Today I say her name as a frontline worker, as a nurse. Today I say her name as a sister standing arm in arm with Jesus. Today I say her name as a friend because there is many who stand side by side with us. Today I say her name and let it echo so that her family can feel some sort of peace that completely surpasses all understanding. Because every time we say her name, she goes one more day. Say her name because she was somebody's Izzy. She was her mama's Izzy. Say her name because her life mattered, because God created her, because she was a child in this kingdom, learning and growing just like you and me. Say her name because it was unfair and tragic what happened to her. Say her name because we need to make improvements in our planet, in our world, in our makeup, in our human characteristics, and how we handle our triggers and how we handle our egos. Say her name so that the Spirit will lead you. Say her name because Breonna Taylor matters. She mattered to her mama. She mattered to God. And she should matter to every community there ever was and ever will be. I wish Tupac were still alive today, because I know he would have wrote a song for her. Say her name. If you're an artist, I am calling out to you. Paint it, write it, give it to God. Send it up in the holy flame. All things will come to light. Breonna gave her life, her last breath, so that we would continue to say her name. That's how God is calling us to do. We must trust and meet at the mercy seat and find solutions, find better ways, so no more families have to go through the tragic grief of losing a child. Say her name and say George's name too. George Floyd was another example. Say his name. Where the system failed us, where the system failed. It's okay to say that the system failed and that there's mistakes and that we need to make it stronger and better and come together as a community. Say their name because they're worth never forgetting. Their tragic stories will impact our history. And when Izzy wants to know how I felt about it, I want her to know that I said their names. George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, you were loved. You are appreciated, respected, valued, and treasured as the holy gifts that you are. God sent you here with a purpose and a calling. I don't understand why you left so early and so tragically, but thank you for the blessing of your life. Thank you for the blessing of this lesson. And thank you, Father, for spreading light and peace every time their names are spoke. Father, give us that peace that surpasses all understanding this morning, because we know that love lives here, because we stand arm in arm with your Son. Father, bless us from sea to shining sea. Love lives here. Mon père loves.